Okay, cool. I'm sorry about that. Anybody who did see this, I don't think too many people did. So luckily, that's not too much of a problem. Mainly because I just couldn't get my audio to work. Sorry, I'm making some changes, as you see. Nobody sees because there's nobody here. But I'd like to just check this out, see how this works. Maybe some folks will come. Maybe we'll see what kind of time zone this is and how this will work. Uh, yes, perfect. As I'm just testing stuff out here. Thank you. Fantastic. That was my problem. That was my concern. Audio was my problem. So that's nice. Thank you, Artist Pete. Appreciate it. My other stuff isn't working, or is it? Was that on the? Hold on. Let me. Cool. What? Oh, hold on. What? Oh my God. Okay. 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 Nice. I like the audio effects from this. And yes, I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to sort of figure some of this out as I go along. I mean, um, and I'm trying to improve the quality of this every time as I go. But yes, we'll make this work. Um, but yes, okay, cool. Well, let's jump right in. I don't know. Let's just start painting. It's a good time, and we'll sort things out as we go. I have a lot going on my screen, but as long as I can see the chat, that is nice, and everything else will be kind of on the fly. All right, so I did start this. This is me coming in after last Saturday when I started the stream, when I had the first stream, and I am just doing kind of a follow up. I wanted to complete this painting, and then on Saturday I will continue again with something a little bit more with something new. That's my plan. So yes, cool. Jumping right in. So I did actually do a tiny bit before, like totally on my own. I don't know where it went. There it is. And I think I'm going to do. I kind of added a few more painterly touches, so we're gonna keep going with this. I like how that looks, and I think it can allow me to get a little bit of refinement where I need it. So that's that. And I know I kind of intended to start this with the oil, the watercolor toolkit, but I am not going to continue with that because I think it might be a nice combination, and I was maybe just impatient, and I wanted to try it out. Probably some of it I'll leave. But for the most part, yeah, why not experiment with new tools and fun things? Maybe I'll reintroduce the watercolor actually on top, kind of imitating a glaze or something. So I don't know how this is as a time frame. My goal was to try one evening a week as something to begin with, and one afternoon on the weekend. And I think I can hit kind of a larger amount of time zones for people. Though I am kind of planning to record these, and I am recording these, and I'm going to. Whoa, that's kind of cool. That's a cool effect. Um, and I am going to have these available for anybody who wants to see me the stuff after hours, if you will. One sec. I need to. Yes, the inspiration is an Earth's World photo. It was one that I actually picked out a long time ago, and I liked it a lot because it reminded me of an artist, an Armenian artist. Maybe this guy kind of looks like some of the. It's not like the guy. It looks like some of the models in the paintings of that artist. I might pull them up on screen a bit later. I probably will in the future if I'm using a reference have the reference on screen as well. Um, you can do it right here in Rebelle, actually. I think, right? Like you can just include them. They have a good approach to using reference here. But yes, it is a big shout out to Earth's World, the greatest repository of cool looking people to paint ever. But I have some ideas for what I might do on here. It won't only be portraits from Earth's World. As much as I really enjoy that, especially when I don't have anything going on up here. It's like, oh, I'll just go to Earth's World and grab some cool image of some really cool looking person and just and go with that. However, for anybody here who hasn't been here before, the goal of this was pretty much for me to feel accountable enough to do something of my own outside of my classes or my my game dev work, because it's hard with everything going on to do something for yourself, even if it's not something incredibly ambitious, but maybe even to just do a few exploratory paintings or something like that, that you totally intended to do, but just got caught up in everything else. So now I feel when I tell people I'm going live at some amount of time, even if it's even if nobody comes, and I'm glad people are coming, so that's awesome. But even if nobody comes, I have to show up, which I think is great for me. Whoa. There's quite a this this stuff is looking quite oily. I know these are the recent Rebelle upgrades. Um, they're kind of insane. I wonder if I can do this. Yeah, so I have all the tools at my disposal. And I also a cool thing is that I feel like I can be kind of a little more improvisational um, in how I paint, because this isn't a class where I'm trying to be uh, when I'm trying to explain something academic or whatnot. I can kind of just do whatever. Nope. Yep. I mean, it depends. I might even I'll see how this comes together since I kind of drastically decided to change approaches halfway into the painting. Um, but the cool thing is that if it doesn't come together, I can always, since I'm doing this on a separate layer in its entirety, I can revert it to what I had earlier. Um, and that would be great. And continue in the watercolor approach. Maybe that's what I'll do. Who knows? I don't know yet. It'll just be everything I do will be me painting this one guy. How like wouldn't that be awesome? Hi. I'm all right. Good to see me get into games. You mean like as a a job? Yes, I did. I got into games as a job. So I'm sort of partially kind of like part of the. Hold on a second. I gotta save this as something else. I'm gonna save this as just a version of this. Cool. Yeah. Yes, I did, and I thought about that even kind of as like a part of me um was like, well, I guess I can do this on Twitch because I sort of have some I have a connection to games now, even if the thing that I'm going to be doing on Twitch has nothing to do with games. Not yet, at least. At least I haven't come up with a way to do it in a way that feels honest to me. So yes, that's. But I'm sure there'll be some maybe overlap in some way once the thing I've been working on gets released. Okay, cool. I've merged all of this. Let's see. Can we come back to watercolor? This is actually what I've been wanting to do this whole time, right? Just kind of experiment. Painting is that's pretty good. Yes, painting is definitely a game with no easy mode. Um, but I think hey, at least all of like the the possibilities to cheat um, are here in like the digital painting realm. At least that much. But yes, no easy mode. And for some reason, I've decided to do this publicly. And I think about it too. I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna do this in front of people, and specifically like lean into the part where I'm just like, who knows what happens? I don't know. I'll make something up. I'll experiment. The part that like you kind of want to like often is kept more in private, but you know, it's worth a shot. And I just like I looked at we talked about this. I'm sure I'm repeating. But then again, I haven't streamed enough for me to talk about it, and I know that I often repeat myself, so I feel like maybe that's cool. Um, but I couldn't quite. Uh, yeah, we did talk about it. See, I'm learning as I go. I'm kind of beginning to compartmentalize the particular um, things I say in one place or another. But now that I have this extra thing, which is a live stream, So yeah, I just think maybe we can find a way to do this kind of thing with art that in a way that's exciting, maybe to people who aren't artists as well, potentially. I mean, I know games are. I feel like that's kind of what happens with games, right? On Twitch, it's like I don't have the time to play the game, so I'm just gonna hang out or just you know kind of hang out in my house and watch somebody else play the game. Like you're passing that on to somebody else in a way that's kind of interesting, and like the whole idea behind it is exciting to try to figure out if there's a way to move it over to what I'm trying to do here, to or like what all of us are trying trying to do as artists. I don't know. I don't know yet. But also without making it, gimmicky is the main thing. Here is where I might be wrong entirely. As in, like, maybe there's no way to do it without making it super gimmicky and still appeal, right? Like, and still appeal to like a, a but maybe a broader audience isn't the thing either. Moses, it's you. Yes, it's true. You that was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, man. And I think when you were getting into some of the stuff that you're probably doing right now, don't say that, Pete. Artist Pete. Um, be your own person. Um, yeah. Yes, you were showing me all this stuff way before I had even like remotely an inkling of any of this. So but I was kind of beginning to make the move into games. Yeah, I figured it was you. um, yeah, I kind of got yeah like Moises. Yeah, like I recall when you were like you were making a move to like a different part of the entertainment industry, and I was like on the way there, but then I made that move. People know each other in chat. That means that's a good thing. Wait, you're also in games now. Oh my god. Because you went to do something in like animation of like or at least animation adjacent if I remember correctly. Zaum is bigger. Zaum is not that it's big, it's just that it's got a lot of publicity. It's in the news a lot, for better or worse. But I think there's no such thing as bad publicity when it comes to stuff like this. It's all good. Um, so yeah, yeah, the puppets, which I take it you're no longer doing. This is, yeah, I like this. I'm seeing my ability to keep up with the chat improve. I'm feeling like I'm getting into this a bit more. There, well, since I'm sure anime won't be the place where I'll be doing the painting clowns or any of my other sort of slightly more absurd ideas. Maybe this is what the Twitch stream is for, where we just paint nonsense and everybody can paint alongside. I think that's also kind of a hope of mine, and I don't know if you guys are doing that now. Oh yeah, that's true. If everyone is maybe like sketching on the side, I think some people were, or they alluded to doing it on the last time. So yes, yes, improvised goat. I think maybe that is where we all end up. That's how we become the unique individual. Um, you know, what am I trying to say? The kind of, yeah, the artists with their own unique ideas that we all kind of always hope to be. So, uh, okay, yeah, you ended up with a K-pop movie. You mean the one that everyone is into, the K-pop movie? Which one? I probably saw the commercial. I just don't remember what it's called. That's cool. That's like a cool thing on the CV. You seem to not like it that much. Yeah, I know a lot of like now that I have a kid who's getting older, and he is not into it, but I know a lot of kids are. A lot of like girls that are like about his age are into that movie. I don't know if that's the demographic you would like to appeal to as an artist, but potentially. I need to adjust this fucking camera thing. This is not okay. Hold on. Yeah, how's that? Let's see. So that I am not like under it. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll figure that out at some point. Um, I've added some decorations. Um, it's a combo. He is partially the artist uh, behind it. They kind of collaborate with my partner. She has to like kind of. I mean, she doesn't have to, but she chooses to kind of like complete them. And this was an early kind of attempt that I don't think I ever got like really completed, but we have a lot of those, and they're quite cool. So I might be switching them out as well to do a little bit of a showcase. I tried to design this in a way that was so like kind of still had um feeling of what I see online, but at the same time was sort of anti, the like the kind of design, this like extremely gamey stuff I see all the time on Twitch, or at least the stuff I looked up because I don't really go on Twitch. Well, now I do. Um, yeah, so like all of the that is uh, is sort of interesting as well. Yeah, like I'd like to not fall into that, even though it seems like they're trying to make that almost inevitable because to get anything to work properly you need some like all these insane like extra accounts. I'm learning this as I go, right? Because all these like accounts with things that are sort of connected to this industry, and it's the design makes you want to explode a tiny bit because it's all so how do I speak about this in a way that's it's just kind of horrible. It's like it's hard to like I don't know. It's so like it looks kind of like just evil. Not that I have any particular like I'm not. It's not like a judgment on anybody who uses it, but I feel like they need some like you could play a game and people can watch the game, but you don't have to like look like everybody else, right? Like that seems and have everything it looks like a gaming computer looks like on the outside. That's what the things look like on the inside, which seems awful. Oh, the cousins. They know you worked on it. That's awesome. God, the gaming chair I got because I was just online all the time and like it really I just thought I need a chair and this was like affordable at the time and I got the chair and it's so comfortable but it's so Captain America. I'm painting like completely on autopilot. Like it's evening, I'm tired. Um I'm enjoying that you guys are in chat. It's it's cool to hang with you guys. And I'm just like I don't know what I'm doing really. Which I also like. But I have to do um a call where I have to put like a background up and the chair is it won't get like eaten up by the background. Um so I have to hang on it a green tarp and make it like so that it is like it's gone because like it's still there. It, it's like it's a bit too colorful for all the like AI um, AI stuff that they use to make that happen. So they do it old school, I guess. Like after I hang up a green screen, practically. I was just trying that earlier. What is this? Why is this like? Look at that. Is that like the watercolor on top? That's kind of cool, I guess. I can just keep adding until I see this either be unsalvageable or come together. So we'll do that. So I want to know more about this K-pop movie in the process. That more is more indeed. Yeah, I want to know more about this, and also like, what are you working on in games, characters, environments? I'm assuming environments because that was always kind of what you were after, but and into. But you let me know if you're still here. I don't know. Hmm. I don't like these tools. Not all. Like I'm sure they'll keep upgrading them. They aren't that bad. At the end of the day. I'm wondering. This is crazy, right? Like this whole part is just hard to configure a little bit. Can I move this over? Whoa, everything is completely backwards. That seems so. That's a lot on the screen, right? That's a lot of kind of not well used real estate. That's fine. That's fine. So let's do a wash here and there. Maybe something in like some other crazy colors. Interesting. That's nice. This is now gonna make this room very, very hot. Learning Unreal. Are you doing stuff in 3D? I actually don't. I mean, yeah, I'm. Yeah, the engines are like a whole other thing. Um, cool. Are you sculpting in 3D? Are you doing all that stuff? Retopology, everyone's favorite. All right. Um, Interesting. Okay, cool. Let's try some other stuff. Like, if this was in Photoshop, this would have been like completed like hours ago. Which I just think is maybe even like kind of what's cool about this in a way, because it's sort of it replicates the slowness of traditional painting a little bit. This is also an opportunity for me to maybe use like an opportunity for me to maybe like kind of begin experimenting again with some techniques, because right, like as you kind of get a handle on the specific techniques you end up using, um that's what you're about. And it's been a while since I learned a new software. Learn it live. um oh, color keys. Yeah, 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 yeah. Which is honestly awesome. Like, I did not I did a very small amount of that in like kind of in a way that was a bit more of, let's say, directorial than maybe getting really into it. But it was awesome. That's maybe some of my favorite stuff, because yeah, I mean, can't really talk about what I have been working on here, but soon I think I'll be able to. Yeah. Um, Kit bash a lot. Yeah, Cam. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Yes, avoid the real 3D acid pipeline, though it has its moments. Okay, okay. Interesting. I need to move some of this just a bit. I like this like ability to leave a mark. It's kind of cool. But let's see. We're getting closer. Let's merge all that, because I can't liquefy without it. I love when I make proportional mistakes. It's my favorite thing to fix. It's not. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, I'll take it. What is that? That's crazy. Hold on. See, if you don't stop it from doing that insane stuff, then it's just gone, and I've already merged everything. Okay, it's fine. This is not something that needs to be accurate or it has to be accurate, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be careful. That's that's what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think maybe are you guys like planning on sketching or painting right now? Maybe if I include the reference image, that of course might be more helpful, right? Like then people can actually sketch the same reference image potentially if they want. But also, I like the idea of everyone just doing their own thing. I used to do this in person with my roommate in at the academy in college. Like it's just cool to sit and paint together. And we did it after we graduated. We would just get on a call sometimes and just paint at the same time, like whatever we were working on. It was just like kind of pretending we worked in the same studio again. Though maybe some people need like the quiet. Swear to God. Well, you could just yeah okay fine. Let's see. All the parts I thought would kind of be like on the easier side of this are not. They are some of the harder things. Like, and it might be just the. Oh, okay, okay. I just need to maybe let go a little bit of some of the control I'm used to with digital media here. Like it's gotten completely. It's moving in a different direction. But uh, uh, Peter, it's early, right? So it's early on your end. So you could what are your plans? Are you are you going out painting? You should. I wouldn't it be cool to do this like outside? Can you live stream outside? You can. Like that would be fun. That would be kind of a like bring the iPad, hook it up to something. Oh, I mean, it sounds like a this awful disaster. I mean, maybe I could do it like in the yard, like just move things into the backyard. Um, that would be whoa! Look at that. How useless is this? My God. Okay, let's not do that yet. I don't know about these like background colors I have. What if I do? I've been just painting on one layer. Hmm. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if this is anything. Let's move that over. How's that? It could be used for something. I don't know what exactly. It's so slow. But maybe because it's the oil paint. Hold on. What is this you're talking about? Oh my god, don't. I'm already intrigued. I'm already intrigued by this TK tools. To mask out color and value zones super quickly and totally manipulate the image quickly and non-destructively. Yes, I will be checking out TK tools. Maybe on stream. Um, that could be fun. I'm always up for a challenge. That is very interesting. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna erase this. I don't like it that much. I mean, I'll add something into it. We'll see how it goes. Well, I mean okay. So, I agree that like with here I am just repainting and repainting. So this is a bit closer to working in oils, right? Like, and that's the whole point of the software here. Um, I'm curious um about this non-destructive workflow because that is probably closer to the way I would work. Let's say in Photoshop, right? Like where I can add a ton of make a ton of adjustments. Yes, okay, but I'll look it up. Where did you hear of this? Who's using this? Is anyone using this in like for art, or is this primarily? Well, I mean, like, isn't all of Photoshop just photo editing software that we started painting with? Humans, we artists. I'm kind of into this in like a strange, in like a strange way. Um, yeah, like if there's any artists who are using this, I'm also curious. Okay, so you're getting deeper into photography, but I know, yeah, you're thinking, how can this be used for painting? That's awesome. Yeah, I'm already intrigued. New software I can spend time like learning that I like. There's plenty of software I kind of refuse to learn, though maybe it would be good for me to learn. Okay, I'm. I mean, it's cool that you're getting into photography. I think I, I've been seeing kind of right like it's interesting. Like I'm excited to see what people will end up doing with photography now that photography is right. Like it's completely it's its relationship to art and to its kind of everyday use has changed so drastically. And yet I don't think it's going away, even though I did for some time. I thought that it might, but it seems like it's making a comeback. People are into it, which I'm glad. And it's honestly like often the place I go uh, for inspiration is photography of late, right? Like especially some contemporary photography. There is and actually not only, right, but like, yeah, I go there a lot for kind of painting inspiration. I find it more interesting than other paintings. In the painting world, oh, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not as in the painting world as I used to be. Now that that's not where I spend my day to day as much. Um, and I spent a fair amount of time in it, and it kind of got very tired of it. Um, as you know, I think. And that's kind of like it goes to the thing I was just talking about. Like, yeah, that I think going and looking at some way more interesting photography can be quite. It's more rewarding in just like what you, in just looking at it, for example, but also just getting out of it something you might be able to use for yourself. In the painting world, what is happening in the painting world? I don't know what's happening in the painting world. Like in terms of anything contemporary, I've been out of the loop a little bit. I do know, and I've heard that painting is back. Like oil painting is back. Now, of course, like that doesn't mean that it's oil painting I like. But the medium seems to have returned a bit. It was already on its yeah, it was like it was already coming back when I decided to not spend as much time in the world. I picked the right time to leave. So yeah, and I like, yeah, I don't know, and I don't know how I should feel about that either. That's what this stream is actually about. It's about uh how I should feel about myself as a person and artist. It's where I open up about this. So I don't feel that original for a Twitch stream, really. Um, cool. That will do the trick. But it's also, you know what? I like I like not being in New York, and I haven't been in a while, right? But I like not being in the art world in the way that um New York kind of forces you to think about art in a certain way, and like in the way that many other people are thinking about art. So there's, I think, something to be gained from being away from things that are popular, and when you do enjoy art, you kind of go with um just kind of what speaks to you at the moment, which I which is ah that's kind of cool. I can't do that. I can't do that to myself as a color. Yeah. So in the original like image, the guy is holding a straw right here, which is kind of cool. We might put that in. Yeah. So like you begin to kind of evaluate what art speaks to you, but not adding on to it like this, like any concept of its commodity, its commodification, which is really good. Though unfortunately, I'm a person who needs a motivator as well. So like the commodity aspect, even in the just like in the idea of um, creating something that will be viewed by others as a commodity, but not necessarily purchased, not necessarily becoming part of the commodity exchange. This begins to lean into the all of the Marxist talking points I've been holding on to for so long and been meaning to make public. So yeah, like I feel that that's not. I need that at times, and then I often like it's a good motivator, um, for better or worse. But so that's the only the kind of added challenge that I have with that. Um, but yeah, yes, absolutely, yes, it is entirely. Yeah, and I agree. It's fueling, of course, the art industry. It's fueling the entertainment industry. I mean, we all know that, right? Like, um, the commodification of all of it. Um, but as I said, there is like a unique part of that that is motivating. If you have like just enough of it. And I'm not saying that in like a positive way. Like I don't like that it's motivating. Um, I don't. So, but I agree that all the same references are being circled around. That's kind of the big problem with a lot of like games is like every game looks like every other game. Like it's just uh because it's all like the certain like a handful of artists who are kind of responsible for what that kind of art is at this moment in time, and everyone's like, oh, that's marketable, so they just immediately will try to replicate that, which is you know it leads us, of course, inevitably to the AI conversation, but let's not have that here right now. But yeah, it's true. It's true. I don't think that is something I cannot complain about though at Zaum. Um, we are trying to do something entirely our own that we're happy with, art wise, and you know, and hope it turns out okay. But we're not really imitating. I at least I didn't ever feel like I had to imitate anything that already exists as an artist, right? Like there's obviously like, and I don't get into gameplay and stuff like that. I'm not. I don't comment on things I don't know. I don't know shit about. Um, so I try. Yeah. So I think that that's cool. I mean, you let me know. So you can watch the trailer. I'll plug the trailer. We can talk about it. Check out Zero Parades on YouTube, I guess. I could. I mean, I want. I can get like. I could refine the hell out of this, but I'm not doing it though. I That's what I thought I would do today. I would just, come in and clean this up. But it's not going that direction. Some younger person? Oh my god. Moises, you can't be talking about other younger people. I've known you since you were like a kid. Jesus. It's sad to me. It means you know, I was in the skate. This is not an exciting story, but it was just I was clearly looked upon like an old man. I was at the skate park because my son and I we found a skateboard on the street, so we thought why not try it out at the skate park. Um, so we took it to the skate park, and I was talking with this high school kid, and he was like, "Yeah, like good for you, sir, for trying so hard." I was like, "I used to skate when I was your age." I said, only proving his point. Yes, I agree with you though. Like, I think you kind of do have to be open to um like a lot of the stuff that like it is out there, right? Like you can be inspired by all of it. There is enough to be inspired by it, and if it's if it's picked up or not, if it becomes um the thing that people will ask of you um is sort of irrelevant, right? Like you can't control that. So yeah. I have to. Yes, the elderly. I was enjoying the breeze. I was skating, by the way, so I skated around. I enjoyed it. I might make it a thing. And yes, I know it makes me look old, even though the idea is making me like look and feel old. But hey, it's fine. It's fine. I'm embracing it. Zero parades. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I'm you know, it's fun. I mean, I have to say, it is cool. I mean, I'm sure Moises, you've experienced this with projects of yours that you can now talk about because they are out there. But it's cool to be working on something for like a long time and then actually be able to talk about it because some part of it is finally out there. It's a cool feeling. What the hell is going on here? This is like insane. Nope, more of that orangey thing. All right, all right, all right, cool. There was a brush I was using that I really liked. Oh, it was that one, but I totally forgot which one it was. Is it that one? It was like, yeah, that's interesting. That like when you work on something that's canceled that no one will see. That is, I know like a tiny bit about that, but so it's just so like there's work that you have that you can't show anyone. I guess you can kind of show people if you're applying for a job, right? Or even that you can't show anybody. I guess you can show it in secret or something, but you run a few risks there. Yep, that's what I figured. Yeah, yeah. Yes, that is you know, um the problem with intellectual property, right? Also, it's too early. Oh, you got in trouble. Oh my god. Yes, I have not shown anything in secret. I have not. I've not been asked to. So that's a thing. But yeah, yeah, I get that. Yeah, you want to be. You want to be careful. Okay, cool. How long? Oh, it's been about an hour. Okay, cool. I think this moved along though. I'm kind of intrigued. I'm not sure I'm going to do any more work on this. And I will I'll definitely check. I mean, not I don't mean like right now. I'm still here. I kind of I still would like to do some things, but as in like I'll do something else on the next stream. Using these kind of more of the oil, oil techniques. I think I can change the like the I can change the texture to something else, right? Can I? Oh, look at that! Isn't that crazy? What is this? Whoa, they are insane with this canvas. Oh Lord, that's terrible. Okay, okay, okay. What if I scale it? That's better. What's that? Oh, that gives you kind of a little bit of a. Whoa, can we not do that? Thank you. I don't know how I feel about these different, and I know they have a whole like business model trying to sell you different papers and stuff. It's kind of cool. What's the experimenting that intrigues me now? Yes, of late it's me kind of getting back into it. I mean, like I've been out of the like the personal, art for a bit, which is why I'm in part I'm coming. I've come up with this more public approach. So that is, but yeah, I think there's a lot of potential in the digital stuff that I've been trying out, and I like, yeah, there's something here. I still I feel like there is like a desire to go back to something more traditional, but like I like as an example, I still think there's some combination of this painting and the digital sculpting, which I really do enjoy, that I would like to maybe do here as well a bit. That I still have not kind of explored how to connect all of it in the way that I would like. What I would really want to do, and what I just don't have the kind of opportunity to do right now, is to, and what I thought I could try here somewhat is to do kind of more complex, multi-figurative compositional explorations that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but just have not. And um, with the goal of maybe preparing them and painting them like here, digitally, and then uh, kind of repainting them from the digital images in us in like on canvas again. That's kind of, I think, where once I get that like opportunity and the time maybe, is what I would like to focus on, because the kind of the thing that moved me in this direction initially was the ease of working on like new ideas for oil paintings at the time, and that was just like, oh, I saw like the potential in this, and then like, there were other opportunities and it moved in that direction and so on and so forth, right? But it was entirely as like a preparatory tool that I still haven't given up on. I still think that's where I would like to spend some time. But at the end of the day, most people who see your work see it online, so who cares if it's actually real or not? Like, right, like that's also something I think about. But I'd like to be a little bit more improvisational, a little bit more loose, and do some multi-figurative compositional shit, which would be cool. Which I brought up in the last live stream, and I think that will be a goal. It won't be done in one go, but I can just like spend time on it over the course of a long period of time, assembling it in pieces, and putting it together. I think that could be quite fun. So not anytime soon. I'm just also trying to get comfortable with this new, for me, kind of a slightly new format. So yeah, I went. I think I over answered that question of yours. Thank you guys for liking the portrait. I think it's okay. I am I'm liking this. This so okay. So what I was working on one of the, I think I can say it right. Like I was working on one of the character portraits in the game, um, and like in the role I have, it's sometimes um, hard to slow down, like to slow, like because you have to do a lot of things and like talk to people and do this whole thing and have calls and look over the work of other people and so on, and plan and everything else that goes along with it, that like when you do get to do something yourself, you feel like you got to do it really quick and kind of get around all of the not so much the experimentation, but just the ability to either like zoom in and spend time on a thing, or even to zoom out and spend time on a thing, right? Like that is something you feel you don't have the time for. But like I was working on this one portrait, and I like intentionally decided I'm not going to do that. I will just take the time. Um, and it didn't take me like a lot longer than others, but like I just allowed myself the ability to like zoom into here and paint an eye, and zoom out and just move things around and move them around and move them around. And the result was, I was happy with that result, right? Like it kind of had something a little bit more honest, um, than some of the other things that I worked on, that I think at the end were okay, because it's like you pick up the work from other people, and other people pick up the work that you you do, and like it ends up being okay at the end. But right? But just like finding that time was really good, and it was totally like psychological. It was not something I had to do. Like I didn't have to um, speed up or slow down. It was just like something you find you do when you're like in the industry, or that's like yeah, it's internal. It's completely but I kind of for a moment overcame it. Like obviously not in everything, but I was able to spend that time, and I think it was worth it. Like that's when it occurred to me like maybe I should just get back into it in this kind of way and do a little more here on something of my own. Even though this is right, like I'm just starting out by painting a cool head from Earth's World because Earth's World is awesome, and that's just it here. I'm not, but it's allowing me to interpret a little bit in that quite painterly way that one interprets, right? Like I'm not, which I is 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 nice when it's like the application of the paint is its own reward almost, you know. Okay, well let's see. Um, what if I tone this all down? Okay. I don't know what to do with a dead air on Twitch. I heard you probably don't want it, right? And I'm capable of talking the whole time, for the most part. Yeah, I agree. I think the collaboration is awesome. Um, the communication when it's good is awesome. The miscommunication off like is not as awesome. But that's okay. Yeah, like it happens. But I really enjoy the collaboration. I love the people I work with. So that's huge, right? Like that I think is huge. And I think they're awesome artists. I think they're awesome people. So that is quite a cool thing. And so like seeing it all come together piece by piece and kind of being very much aware of everyone's contribution in it is nice. Is extremely rewarding. So I do like all of that. We're also kind of right like at but and obviously the coolest part is when you're coming up with ideas and shit, but like obviously that doesn't last the whole time. Yes, even at the sacrifice of some personal taste. Agreed. Um and I would say it's kind of occasionally cool to be proven wrong, where like at the end you you realize that, oh, actually what came together maybe is, better than what you had in mind at the time. I like that, and being kind of open about that with yourself, though at times it's humbling. And I have to say, at times it's also really good to be proven right when it goes a different way, but you know that yours was the better way. But that's in like an ego kind of way. But sometimes you need that, right? Well, you don't have. Well, I mean, is it? I mean, you don't have to tell anybody. I mean, like, it's just like you just have to know for yourself. I want to know these situations where you were proven right and it was a dangerous one. Oh, I mean, I work remotely. The smile is totally external. But I think everyone has that, right? Like everyone. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What was that? Oh, I lost everything. Ah, hold on. I'm sorry. There we go. Cool. It's back. Yes. Yeah. But I think everyone has that, right? Like because the these things are long and there's a lot of things that come together over time, and 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 everyone has like all these kinds of moments. It's just kind of it comes with the territory. It's part of the work. Okay. Now I'm just getting a little noodly, huh? There's something in the original. There's something going on right here that I don't quite have. Shall we save and merge? It doesn't have the Peter. I don't know if you're still here, but you're the one who showed me the greatest hotkey combo in Photoshop history. The right the claw to combine everything. I place it on top. The Control Shift Alt E, which I think is the greatest thing ever. Yep. You showed that to me. I use it so often, and every time the God key, yes, I press it every time you appear in my mind. But this stupid thing doesn't have it. Let's see. Merge Control E. It's weak. I mean, you could manually copy them all. You could Oh, hold on. I can do it, and then I Control E. I did it. I mean, but I have to press two things, and that's crazy. I should never have to press. I just need the claw alone. Cool. But see, that's not the same somehow, right? Or is it? I don't know. Not the same. A built-in like single hotkey for that? Oh, okay, okay. You are. Whoa. You are convincing me more and more by the about this TK Tools thing. Oh, you know what I can do? I can use a pencil. If I need to do some like small lines, that's what I need. Right. That's cool. I can do that. That I like. I know. Well, okay. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, Peter. I can't do that yet. That's That's where I'll end up. That's all I'll do. I'll just and I do have a tendency occasionally to if I work on it long enough, I do start doing some stupid shit like that. But it's we'll see. We'll see. This is just the beginning. I'm just like painting ahead here, you know. I don't know. Nice. That's cool. You know, the first thing I'm gonna do. I mean, a part of me is like, okay, I'm gonna turn this off. It's like when I'm done, and I'm going to like get out of this room, which is getting hot from the computer. But I know I'm gonna sit here and look up these TK tools and download them. Okay. 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 Well, I mean, I'll start by like I'll watch people use them. I'll see what this is about. But if you're telling me that they can be used for painting, I believe you. They will certainly appear in the next streams. Oh yeah, okay. So this whole thing should be darker, right? Like that's crazy. What am I doing in there? Nope, I don't like that. Kind of gets the eye in there. There's some curvature stuff that's not to my liking. You know how they work, and you're like techie and stuff. Like you got this. Oh no, what am I doing? So my eyes have gotten worse, right? So this is sort of a problem. I was teaching a class in painting from the model, and I swear I thought he looked like him until I then like looked at a photo. So it did not quite. I was painting in the back, but I'm seeing some things. I just like I go off of like, oh, I know where that should go. I can rely on anatomy for that. I don't know. I don't know if I really can. I don't like what's happening with this. Hmm. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. Okay. Okay. Appreciate that. I will check all that out. Interesting. However, right, like back to the question of like kind of communicating what you're after on the kind of on the scale that I needed to. Um, I think, of course, I did end up sort of relying quite heavily on my kind of my teaching experience primarily. I didn't find some of the things I had to do terribly different from teaching a class, for example. Um, it wasn't the same. It wasn't like about the same in terms of like technique in that kind of a way, but just trying to get something across. Um, I thought that's kind of uh, there were a lot of parallels. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. That's much better. Um, since it's still indie, like we all do everything. So like as the character lead, um, it was all of it. There were some characters I made. A lot of it was just like looking over characters other people made. Other instances, I would like sculpt the other people's concepts. People would sculpt like some of my concepts, right? Like so, it would just sometimes I would sculpt my own concepts. It's kind of like all over the place in that sense. Yeah, like you got to wear a lot of hats. Um, and because of that, there are things you learn that you probably would not on like a a triple A team where it's like you are hired as the clothing guy, the hair guy, the the guy who makes rigs, you know. And even in terms of just you like even often when you're hired simply as like the concept artist. I want that game though. Like that would be cool, right? Like that would be a cool game where that's all you get to do, paint them clowns. I'm sure there's a game like this. There's got to be. This is, this part is not painted since the beginning. It's just so smooth. Um, I don't know what to do about it. I could do better with these things, with these colors, I think. All right, cool. No. See, this is also a problem I have. This is like definitely a problem I should figure out how to solve if I'm doing these live streams. I don't know what to. I can't stop sometimes. Um, so it's got to be like pulled away from me. Ah, hold on. There was he does have a yellow straw, which I promise hardly looks like one even in the original. Um, Weird, right? That's kind of stupid. But it does kind of give us justification for why his mouth is just ever so slightly open. Okay, this ear is not interesting enough for me. I think it just has to be like slightly lost. This is not a place for outlines in that way. It needs to be like all this organic annoying stuff I added is not doing me any favors. That's better. Or is it? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it's better. Oh, I have an extra follower, or oh, sorry, a viewer. Oh, they're gone. Are they on screen, by the way? Hold on a second. I just wanna... Oh yeah, okay. Huh. Okay, cool. Almost there. That has more character. Those eyes have more character now. Okay. There we go. That's feeling more like an ear, even though it's simplified. Hmm. I have a bunch of colors here. No. Maybe. Okay. That kind of color combination is actually a little more intriguing. There we go. Hmm. This doesn't quite work with all this like paint and stuff, right? Oh, that's kind of cool. Exclusion works. Interesting. Saturation kind of works too. That green is exciting. Can I copy it as a normal one? Slightly subdued, maybe. I certainly could do more on the hair. I do like this effect. I don't remember what achieved it. Is it this? No. I didn't. I mentioned that I like this as an effect. Flat. This one? No. Oh, what is it? Interesting. Does it no longer exist? Um, oh, hold on, hold on. No. None of these are what I want. Uh, I need to see. This is the problem with not being organized. Harry, is it hit very lightly with a lot of opacity? No, no. Well, I guess that's when the technique feels very much like oil paint because you got it by accident and you just have to live with what you have. Who knows? Hey, yes, this is my chance to use Rebelle. I can't use Rebelle at work, um, so this is my chance to play around with it. And their new upgrades are awesome. That is strangely not in line with the language of some of the rest of it, but whatever. Okay. I just need some kind of a texture thing on top. Oh, there it is. Nice. Now I get to do stupid stuff. No. Fine. That that suits me. Now, can I merge everything? I can. And now I can move some stuff around. I can do one final pass with liquefy, just a tad. Interesting. Okay, cool. Um, what else comes to mind? Something like that, maybe. I don't know. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. There are a few touches on the list, possibly, that I would do as this is how I will keep all these things very long. I'll just keep going back and I keep kind of alluding to being to wrapping up, but I won't ever. Okay. Okay. They're very red, huh? Yeah, I should get like a special, like kind of a like terribly uncomfortable chair that I'm not even leaning back on it anymore. Oh my god, it just but it is I've been here all day in this chair. Okay. Cool. 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 Well, thank you guys. This was awesome. It was great to chat. No, I'm not done. But no, I am. I just need a little stronger contrast here. But yeah, this was awesome. It was awesome to see you guys. Hope to see you again. I plan to do this twice a week. Once on Saturdays. Maybe this Saturday. It was a fun time. Um, on Saturdays. This week. I mean, obviously, I still have to like iron all this out. But Saturdays or on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern. So, Peter, that's not for you, I think. But in order to also be able to hit some other time zones and to do it during the week, Wednesdays at around 8 p.m. my time will be when I plan to do this. So, hop in, chat with me. I'll be playing something else next time. And yeah, awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate the conversation. And I will see you around. Good luck, everybody.